This place, we bought it for $57,000. We're gonna be all in under $20,000. So far, we spent about $14,000 on the remodel. We own that house down there, the white one. There it is, the black and white one. We own that one, and it appraised really well for us. It appraised at 125, and we barely even did a remodel there. This place is a little bit bigger, and we did more work to it. So we're expecting this place to at least come out to be 135. So let me take you through what we're doing and the numbers on this deal. Yeah, so we painted the outside. We normally just do black and white, but our GC has been a little bit more tasteful on colors. So that way every remodel doesn't just look black, white, and lifeless. Now, one thing we've been doing, all our lock boxes have the same code on it. I don't recommend you do that. You should definitely change it by the job, just in case you ever have a worker go bad on you. You don't need to worry about them being able to screw up a bunch of your houses. You shouldn't have anyone that has that big of a problem with you, but just in case, I recommend you always rotate your lockbox codes. And one time, I even did a showing with a tenant. They saw the code I put in the lockbox, and they went back later because they ended up not getting the property, so they're pissed off. So they ended up going back later and trashing the place. So rotate your lockbox codes and keep them in like a spreadsheet, and only share them with your own team, like your GC or property manager, just to be safe. We're redoing some of the electrical here, so not all the lights are working right now. This deal we got through direct mail. It was just a kind of like a tired landlord list, but owner occupied and 40% or more equity. So for this seller, they really just wanted to get the heck out of town, to be closer to family, and were just tired of owning a place they had to upkeep. They actually left a bunch of stuff in here when we closed, but it was like in good shape. They left like nice stuff because they just wanted to get out of here and get to town. And we were actually surprised, like the day it closed, I got the keys and I came in here and there were all these like really nice plants and regular furniture. It wasn't trash by any means. And they're like, yep, nope, I just want to be gone. It's all yours. You find that with off-market deals, unique situations where sellers just want to get out. And that is the key to the entire BRRRR method, is the purchase price. You win on the purchase price. And the acquisition side is not going to be super clean always. You're going to have messy situations. You're going to have drama between heirs, and you're going to have to do some alchemy to get deals under contract. But it's all worth it, because if you buy at the right price, your remodels don't have to be as perfect. Your financing terms don't have to be your financing structure doesn't have to be as perfect, and you're way less vulnerable to getting over leveraged or getting stuck with bad deals, because at any time you can sell at a good price. Now, the price to that is knowing how to market and be willing to work with unique situations like this, where the seller just wanted to get the heck out of the house, and that's how we got a good deal on it. So what we're doing to this property, now it's not quite as nice of a remodel as the last place I just showed you, but kitchen. Now, I know I'm going to get some hate for it, but same tile we're using in the bathroom and shower, we're using here, and backsplash. Now look, yes, it's kind of ugly, but for what renters are used to in this side of town and this market, this is amazing. This is like luxury for them. So our renters are going to be really happy. It's tile, not vinyl or 20-year-old stuff. So yeah, the bathroom has the same tile as the kitchen and backsplash, but the tenants are going to be happy with it, because tile, it feels nice and it's durable. And on top of it, it's good enough for the appraiser. We will get all the brownie points we need for the appraiser to consider it as new, especially when we're looking at the comparable sales on this side of town. Houses don't look like this that are selling. Nobody's updating houses over here on this side of town. So what we've done to this place already is above and beyond. Whereas the last deal I just showed you guys, that's bare minimum. That's bare minimum to sell like the stuff over there selling. But on this side of town, this is all we need to do. Windows we're leaving. They're single pane, not very well insulated, but tenants pay utilities. So all that really means for us is that we're probably not going to be able to charge as much for rent than if it had better insulated windows, new windows. but you know, it's nickels and dimes to us at that point. 1.5 bath, 3 bedrooms. Flooring, we didn't do vinyl. We're resurfacing and resealing the flooring in here. It looks a little rough right now, but it will look better once we're complete. We're not doing the final coat until they're done with the kitchen and other stuff, so they don't beat it up as much. But yeah, this looks like a $14,000 remodel. I'll be real, it's not the most beautiful and over the top, but it's simple and it's good enough for the appraiser, and it's better than what tenants are used to around here. That's really important. When you're running your rent comps, you need to look at the condition and quality of the properties you're comparing to that are renting. Because if you're looking at a brand new remodel, super primo, fantastic looking place, and it's the same square footage as yours, and you're thinking yours is gonna rent the same, but then yours is a crappy remodel and like, you know, not even close to the same standard, you're not gonna rent for the same as them. Your stuff is gonna sit on the market and it's not gonna rent. So you need to either be okay with renting for less, or you need to do a nicer remodel. That's oftentimes how we determine how much work we do to a place. For this and this side of town, this is gonna be nicer than the average rental around here. So we're not gonna stress about if we're gonna meet the rent comp, because it's nicer than the average rent of the houses we're comparing. So we know we're gonna have no problem renting it. Even if you're looking at like, well, new builds in the area are renting for this amount, I don't know if mine will rent for the same amount. If you make yours feel like a new build and has all the same luxury amenities and expectations that the renter looking at a new build has, then you'll be fine with that. But if you're thinking you're gonna rent it at the same price as a new build and you're gonna be cutting corners, it's gonna be rough for you. All right, so the numbers on this place, buying for 57, we bought it for 57, like 2K in closing costs. We're putting in 14,000, so we'll be all in roughly 74,000. It'll appraise for 135, so just quick math on top of my head, that's, again, we're pulling out more money than we put in. And as far as cash flow that's left, this place for Section 8 will rent for probably $1,350, maybe $1,250 on the low end. And our mortgage payment is gonna be less than $1,000 a month. Cash flow will be decent on this place. We don't expect terrible work orders because we updated the major systems. HVAC is new, plumbing, we've replaced with PEX, and we spent a lot of time getting a plumber out here, making sure we're not gonna have any sewer line issues because it's an older house. Electrical is getting updated. So we don't expect major work order issues. So again, just like the last deal, we anticipate $50 to $150 of cash flow after the mortgage. But the part that we really care about is that we got our cash out and we got a little bit extra. And now between both these deals, when we refinance them, we're probably gonna be able to do another 3 or 4 houses just from the refinances from this one and the other one. So we'll have about 140,000 from the last deal I just showed you in cash ready to go. And then this one will have, let's say about 100,000, maybe a little less, about 98,000. So between that, I mean, we're playing now with $230,000 in cash. We could buy 3 houses off market in our market for that price. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's about 3 houses in our market. But either way, off these 2 houses, it's gonna get us into the next 2 or 3 deals. And then those 2 or 3 deals, they should have the same or similar numbers as these 2 deals because we've mastered our acquisition side. So we always know we're getting a discount. Off of just this house and the other house, within the next 6 to 8 months, we anticipate adding another 10 doors to our portfolio. That's why the BRRRR method is so great, and that's why we don't care that much about the cash flow, because these 2 deals are gonna get us into the next 2 or 3 deals. Those 2 or 3 are gonna get into the next 2 or 3, and it's not required us to put in any more capital. So that to us is what makes BRRRR great. We don't care about cash flow. We pay ourselves off of our earned income through title work and wholesaling. So the cash flow, we don't think about. We think about how is this deal gonna get us to the next deal and scale our portfolio, and then making sure we don't get over leveraged. All right, we're done there. Sorry, my phone ran out of storage, but we're done there. But we only got 2 jobs going on right now, and we're intentionally doing less right now because when we were running 7 properties at a time, we were way too over leveraged, way too thin on cash, and every single month it was like we were running on a 2-week runway, as in we we'd have payroll go out, pay our expenses, and we'd have 2 weeks to figure out how we're going to make the next payroll cycle or next round of bills. And we were able to grow really quickly doing that. However, it was at the rate we were going with it, we were going to go upside down, and it was way more stressful, and our deals were not as good. We weren't making as good of spreads. We were refinancing and still leaving money in the deal because we weren't as focused on getting a good purchase price and doing a remodel the correct way. So now we're going slower. We're only doing 2 or 3 remodels at a time, and what we're finding is our ability to add value and force appreciation is much better when we're doing less projects. Our team is less stressed. We're less stressed about managing our cash, and instead of doing a big bundle of houses at once and then off of one big portfolio loan or line of credit or hard money, private money, instead we're doing just 2 or 3, but refinancing those ones as quickly as possible to get right into the next 2 or 3, and we're not overextended, and it's way more manageable growing at this pace right now. Now, of course, we will try to ramp up the volume again, but we're not going to try to do it in one big buying sprint. We're going to do it in increments. And so that's why we only have 2 projects running right now. And it's my advice to new investors is go slower. Like, if you go slower, you'll feel the wealth more. You'll feel the cash flow more than if you're just leveraging yourself to the gills and trying to just go after door count, because you'll overextend yourself and you'll amplify your mistakes. So that's why we're going slower now. And everything's going so much better by going slower because we're getting better value adds. We're pulling out more cash than we put into every deal, and our deals are cash flowing better because we're doing things right. We're having less drama of work orders because we're doing things right. So things are great going this speed for us, and it's our plan. 2 or 3 at a time, 2 or 3 every single month, and much better deals, more value created in one deal, more equity created in one deal, and we like it.